welcome, ladies and gentlemen, here to the Global Offensive Champions League. We're in Season 5, and we're kind of just jumping straight into the pistol round here. We're a little bit late on this one, but it's all good. It's all good. I'm Hugo. Joining me today, actually, we've got a little bit of a... Oh, we're not in the pistol. Okay, cool. I'm triggered, Harry.
Yeah, I mean... I think we're just waiting for them to quickly sort out a couple of things on the side of getting the player's name right, which is all going to be good. But, I mean, it is going to be Train, basically. And it is Wizards versus Outlaws, like you said, Hugo, so diligently in your introduction. Yeah. You're Hugo and I'm Harry, and I'm not normally here, but I'm here for one night only. So, you know, there we go. Surprise special guest appearance. Yeah,
good old special guest. So yeah, he's just going to be joining us for a game or two, just to see what happens. It's all a good bit of fun, but hopefully we'll be kicking it off in just a quick second. That looked like the pistol round was going live because they all said ready, they all readied up, and then they were like, okay, cool, we're starting, and then they didn't start. So confusing stuff, but it's all good nonetheless. I'm hoping they'll ready up in a second, and if they don't, then we will just go for another break, but hopefully shouldn't be too long. And yeah, we got confirmation. The knife is going to start, so we'll be in about 60 seconds. But for those wondering, again, this is going to be the Global Offensive Champions League Season 5. $5,000 on the line, all online event as well. We're into the still round of 16 bracket. These are all best of ones before we go forward to the best of 3 playoffs, or the rest of the bracket, obviously. So again, shout out to our league partner, that is Face It, for this event, as you can see on the bottom of your screens there on the overlay. But we are going to be kicking it off finally with the knife. This is going to be obviously on Train, as Harry let us know. So a very important knife round as well, considering it's best of one. The loser of this will be knocked out of the event. Not the kind of place you want to be in. So it's very important that you get that CT side here to kick things off.
I mean, just looking at the team of Wizards, it's a very, very interesting kind of layout. I mean, these guys, like you said, I mean, the Organi just kind of picked them up. You've got some actually very big names in here, the likes of Katie and Rezex, Juho, some very talented players. So I do feel like, they're the ones we know a lot more about heading into this. Definitely going to be, leaning more towards them to potentially take this one out from any of Outlaws. But you never know. I mean, when you kind of see this, this side of Counter-Strike, upsets definitely possible. We are going to be seeing the knife round won by Wizards there. So they'll be choosing to start on the CT side, which isn't really that surprising given it is that best of one. You want to be starting on the naturally favored side, which of course on Train is the CT side. So that's what we're going to be seeing Wizards on, and the game going to be starting any second now.
Yeah, and just to clarify for those wondering as well, Wizards is... Oh, the overlay's got switched up again. I hate it when this happens. I'm going to have to remove the overlay, because whenever a team switches teams, the way eBot's made, and so it says Wizards is now over on the left side. I'm going to have to update that, but I'll do it later. But yeah, just to clarify, Wizards is Team 123. They only just got picked up. I'm not sure when, but probably in the last few hours. So that's interesting. But regardless, we're into the pistol now. Outlaws back on that T side. They've got a bit of utility, some armor to play with as well. And they're going to be setting their players fast outside of this B site here. No real IV or main control. It's just looking like a standard B take here. And in terms of the Wizards defense, they only had this one aggressive player. That's Rezex. He pops the smoke down, spots these players getting ready to push, and he may see a bit of a rotation as well from KD and coming back into the site before Outlaws they commit to this push.
Yeah, they've already got KD in now rotating on through. You can see Dipan swollen on back as well. And it's holding it a lot more closer connector for that fast rotating towards B. And as the smokes and flashes rain on through, we're going to be seeing the push come on in. Everyone here for the side of Outlaws. It's Rezex to find that first frag. That's going to be bomb dropped, and he's not ready to go down just yet. Going to be on 3. Finally, Batoni's going to be able to find 2 frags. KD and Rezex, 2 big names, both get taken down. He finds himself a third on a duo as well. Dipan falls, now it's all on Martin, he pushes on through, and oh my god, Pedardis, that's insane. That's going to be 4 frags straight off the bat there for him, and it's going to allow Outlaws to pick up that first round in the pistol, potentially now going to be able to get a following 3 as a result of those, 2 anti-eco rounds.
Yeah, great stuff so far there from Outlaws, at least to kick it off. Supposed to at least be the underdogs in this matchup, I guess you could say. Not because Wizards are so well put together in terms of having this experience together, but they do have a lot of individual experience. Obviously, Juho recently leaving Ents, the Finnish team, Cadian, he's been in and out of teams. Rezex as well, played a lot, at least in some, tier 2, tier 3 Danish teams. So yeah, we've got a few individuals that have the experience to kind of take this one in terms of aiming and team play, but maybe put together as well as a team as, say, Outlaws are, for example, and it's clear that may be coming into play in this second round here, as it's just a bit of a clean-up. 2 players here left on the Wizards side, and they are just going to be running for the hills. It's Outlaws to pick up a second one, as you would expect, and then the full eco coming out from Wizards in the upcoming round is going to be, it's likely looking like a 3-0 before Wizards finally commit to their full buy.
I mean, yeah, it is interesting. I can't really say much about Outlaws. I haven't really seen them play. Wizards, on the other hand, we've never seen them play as a team like this. But we have, you know, like you said, there's a lot of individual experience. I mean, the issue is on a map like Train, it's definitely going to tend more towards the side that have that better team play potential. It's a very, very team-based map, less so than a lot of the other ones in the pool. Along with kind of Cobble, it's up there as, you know, one of the ones where you really need to have that consistent teamwork and you cannot rely on these individual plays. And that a lot of that comes down to the, you know, CT side being one that is so heavily favored. You know, you find maps where if they lean more towards the T side, you can just rely on that one kind of key player to be very explosive in nature. But anyway, we're going to be seeing the next round underway once again, like you said, and like you said correctly in the previous round. Wizards just going to have to take this one on the chin, keeping the guns they saved from the previous, and the remaining 3 players going to be on USPs as the push comes underway out towards this A site.
Yeah, going to be pretty simple for Outlaws to clean things up. You know, already 2 entries, bomb going down as well. It's pretty much going to secure the fate here of Wizards. To be honest, these pistol players, they could save the armor. That would be one thing at least to take into the next round, but there's really nothing for Rezex to do apart from either defend his teammates or just fully go for it. And Wizards, they're just going to be looking for exits here. Not fully committing, but seeing if any T's are going to get a bit too overzealous here, a bit too big for their boots. And Cadian, he will get caught up by rocking there, so not being able to hold on to that armor there. It's all going to be on Juho here and Rezex. And yeah, as we said, cleanup going the way of Outlaws. It's going to be 3-0, and I'm just going to hurriedly try and get this overlay sorted for you guys. Although who knows if it's going to be done in time.
Outlaws, they've been pretty impressive so far. They kept 13 out of a possible 15 players alive over the course of the last 3 rounds, which means their economy is going to be booming. You can see a couple of players, in fact, the majority of players sitting on $6,000, all with the exception of Spellin, who is, you know, no frags to his name, going to be on 2,900, which is less than ideal as they push out towards A. It's going to be Cirque to find the opening too, and Active Tank is going to get another round of Martin. Leaving this on Cadian and Rezex, 2 players tasked with trying to hold down this A site, and while Cadian will be able to get 1, bomb goes down, trade should be coming through, but Cadian not ready to go down without a fight, picks up a second frag to his name, and now Rezex rerouting it from that B site, gonna be trying to make his way in through CT to back up Cadian, who still is such a problem in their back lines here. He's been a thorn in their side from the second that bomb's gone down. He's already found 2 frags. Well, Cirque, he's tagged down low. Smoke's going to go out, and that's going to block their view. Spellin gets tagged as well. 2 players now on a total of 42 HP. As Cirque falls, Spellin going to be trapped over here, but they are going to be out of time. Rezex might be able to get 1 frag as a bit of a consolation, but now must have fall on back. It's going to be a 4th round on the board for the side of Outlaws here as Wizards, they conceded yet another round.
Yeah, nice stuff there, and Partudis, he's not going to even allow Rezex to get away with that gun either, so it is going to be the round going the way of the T side here. It's coming into fruition here, so very nice stuff so far. Wizards now back down this eco, and we're going to see a 5-0 likely again come into the play of Outlaws here. The anti-eco seem to be fairly safe on their T side so far. We are early days, but they don't really seem to be losing many players. If you have a look here, you can already see they've had, you know, 2 flawless rounds on the anti-eco, and yes, 1 round where 2 CT saved, of course, but at the end of the day, those are still very successful considering these pistols are so dangerous, especially on maps like Train, where you can kind of get into these chokeholds and chokepoints quite easily, pushing into, you know, IV, push down there, push into A main. Just aggression is really, really good on the CT side on this map, so you're, you know, not typically going to see these flawless T side rounds, but going into this anti-eco here, Outlaws, they are just playing very passive. They're waiting for Wizards to get aggressive. They know what they're up against, at least in terms of economy. We're unlikely to see a force from Wizards in this kind of situation. And at least Wizards aren't biting the bullet. They are just holding back passive for the time being as well. So allowing Outlaws to bring the fight to them, just whittling down the time. Considering they don't have any utility, this is very important as well. But Outlaws, they've yet to commit, although it's looking very likely this is going to be a bit of an A-side take, pushing in through main and a split coming out through Pop Dog.
Nice boost as Cirque gets up on top of the box, does find the head of Rezex patiently. Katie going to be the next to fall, and Juho able to get 1 on the back of that dig trade. Swiftly does come through, Spellin able to find that return frag, and now it's all on Martin on that side. He's going to get dropped as well. Dip on, the last player alive for Wizards here, finds himself in a 1 versus 4, having to rotate in through Pop, and you can already see the rocking is here, ready and waiting for a little bit of attention from Dipon as he peeks out. The CZ going to find some damage, but not enough as the AK does come up trumps. It's going to be 5-0 as Outlaws once again, they take a round only losing one player, so the economy is going to be just running away with them here. Wizards still yet to answer back in any way, shape or form.
Yeah, but that wasn't the kind of round they should be answering back in any sense, to be honest. This is the round they should be answering back, pulling out the big guns. We've got the AWP, we've got 4 rifles as well, and plenty of utility on their side, so this is going to be the kind of one where they can potentially show up, catch Outlaws off guard, and even some CT aggression may, provoke something here from the Wizards side, so I'd like to see a bit of that. Maybe if they can get a first pick, that'd be an awesome way to start things off. But the bomb is just going to be running right in towards B, and Rezex, he's not holding the right angle, turns back in time, denies a first, and Duo in the meantime, he's going to find one over towards A. So already the 2-man advantage, make that 3, but can Outlaws come back in? It's not looking likely.
No, I mean, you've handed the AWP over to Katie, and it's going to be an uphill battle, to say the least. Tank able to find one, but then the trade, it does come through. Only one player lost now for the side of Wizards, and that is exactly what they needed to try and, rebolster themselves economically. You can see there's going to be 4 rifles in play once again. On the side of Outlaws, they had a lot of money floating around in the bank. They will be able to buy on down, and they still have enough to try and force something up into the next round, even if they lose. A bomb plant would definitely help them, though. Just I'll be a lot more stable and a lot more secure in that buy, but this time 3 players over towards Ivy very early on. Martin tasked with trying to hold this down. Smoke is going to be there for the time being. Well, we can see Katie, and he's hungry for more with that AWP. He's going to be trying to check down here towards Ivy. Nade's going to find a lot of damage out from Partodis, and he's going to keep the aggression, pushes on up past the smoke, and now is actually kind of a bit of a threat here to Wizards. He is just lurking around, but it's going to be Katie to find the first. Rocking falls, and it's an early man advantage seized here for Wizards. No refrag to come through just yet.
No, that doesn't seem to be the case, but a 1-man deficit, not as bad as it may seem here. Outlaws going to go for this pick towards Ivy. We have Turg trying to look for a pick, not going to go his way. Martin and Katie, and both to combine a kill each, and now it's all on Spelland. He's going to be alone and just overrun with players. Juho drops off the train. He's going to be able to find him, and Wizards a second round on the board there. So 2-5, and Outlaws no bomb down, but their money is still going to be pretty high after winning those 5 previous rounds, so they are going to be able to buy up fully this one, but this will be their last chance. Unless they get a bomb down here, they have to win this round, otherwise we're going to see an eco coming out back in the way of this T side, which is not what they want to be doing, at least. Having a really great start on this T side, which is obviously a lot harder than the CT side, but oh no, that's not how you started off. Dipan spraying down 2 over in main, and KD as well to find a single pick. This is just disgusting, and Outlaws, they've fallen to their knees.
Yeah, not looking good here. I mean, it was a very strong start. Dipan looking to try and extend his frags that much more, as he also drops Spell and leaving it all on Partodis. We've seen a very strong individual performance thus far from this player. He's got a lot left to do, though. In 1 versus 5, you can see he's slowed right down. There's 1 minute and 20 seconds left. He's alone. He's isolated. A little bit scared as well. As Wizards, they look to go aggressive. They want to try and take him down. I mean, they could get punished for this aggression potentially. You can now see they're falling on back, taking things a lot more passively. There's still only 1 player over towards B in the form of Rezex. Everyone else over here towards that A site. So, I mean, if he does decide to try and make something happen here, then who knows, he could potentially get that bomb down over towards B, which would be a bit of a victory the way of Outlaws, as it would allow him to buy up into round number 9.
Yeah, 47 seconds left on the clock, but Dipan, he's sneaking in slowly but surely, and he does find the kill as well. Partodis going to be falling, and now Outlaws back on that eco. As I said, lack of bomb plants going to mean their money is severely hindered in this one. They've got pistols, and that's pretty much all they can invest. Obviously, the loss bonus is going to start to favour them a little bit more as they head into the 2900 region, so they can buy down to about 2k here at a very minimum if they want to have a full buy coming up, and that'll mean they have 5k next round without kills or a bomb plant. So, yeah, you can invest a fair bit into this. We're seeing a Deagle on rocking with some armor as well to support, but to be honest, I don't think much is going to be yielded from it. You can see it won't dip on. Finding that pick down into main, it's going to be the man advantage straight off the bat, and Outlaws, they've got to combine and go for some kind of full rush, maybe into the B site and get this bomb down. It's so easy to just rush into B and plant, and I'm surprised we haven't really seen that come out from them. They're just kind of going and facing these 1v1s in the long range site of A, so it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense here for the Outlaws side when they could pretty much almost guarantee a bomb plant with a fast B play.
Yeah, Beyond Train is normally one we do kind of see hit in these sorts of rounds, but it's all on Speller now. 1 versus 4. He's got the P250, but he also doesn't have a face as he gets put down. Rezek's going to be able to pick that one up. 4-5 as Wizards. They find 4 consecutively, trying to answer back to the very early 5-round run the Outlaws are able to go on. Now going to be fast approaching 5 rounds of their own. This is where Outlaws kind of have to erect that barrier and hold back Wizards as They are very, very close to equalizing things out. Cadian on this AWP has been a real problem for them to try and deal with. They haven't had anything that can really kind of face up to that at these longer ranges. We can already see early aggression coming out from Martin over towards Ivy, looking to get punished as Partotis does take him down. An early man advantage going to be seized, but Cadian playing up close, looking to try and refrag as he goes aggressive in towards Ivy.
Yeah, so man advantage now the way of Outlaws, definitely something that they needed here, but can they capitalise? Duo's position is going to be great if they run right through, and they will. Flasher, though, is going to be able to get themselves another pick here. Rockin takes him down, and now pushing onto the A site is going to double down as well. That's Dipon to fall over on the site, and 2 players remaining here for the Wizard side, as we can just see Outlaws cleaning up. Bomb's going to be down. Cadian's in a bit of a position to punish, but at the end of the day, it is a 2v4. There's just surely no way that Outlaws would overpeak so much that you would have to get away with this round. So Rezex, he's going to catch one on the exit, but that will just be it. It's going to be the save here coming up from Wizards, and if he can just get away with his gun, maybe they can commit to a bit of a buy in the next round. I mean, they've got lots of spare money as well, so it's one of those situations where you go, we've got so much money, we don't really need to save. But that being said, if we go for it, 9 times out of 10 we won't win the round, so it's almost not even worth it. Just save the guns, it may help you later in the map. And Cadian, he should be getting caught off here, caught out with his pants down. And it's just going to be Rezex to save here. Gets another on the exit. And Spellum, he keeps his gun as well. But Outlaws, at the end of the day, they took the round. And that's going to be the most important factor. So money is going to be starting to build up on their side a little bit more.
I mean, it's a very weird scenario. Outlaws, they shouldn't be winning against a team with this much experience, but they're looking very strong. The thing is, while this map does normally tend towards the CT side, I feel like Wizards, they're going to be having a much better T side performance based on the standout aim on the players and, you know, all the experience, and also their lack of experience as a team. You can definitely play the T side more to your advantage when you're relying on these kind of key fraggers to open things up. I'm mainly looking at Cadian and Rezex, but also Juho has the potential to be a very strong player when it comes to taking these sites. Early on this time, though, we can see Outlaws 3 players over towards Ivy, and then they leave Spellin behind to watch the B aggression from Wizards. Not going to be giving anything the way of Outlaws early on. In fact, lots of damage done on the back of nades and utility usage. I'm going to find Outlaws quite injured here over towards Ivy.
Yeah, they are still going to commit to this push, though. Just a little bit up. We have obviously this close play from Martin, and although Juho's on the other side of the smoke, he could be of some impact with the auto sniper. Although Martin backing off, the smoke going down, there's going to be a Molotov falling into the CT spawn as well. These T's, they are just going to rush up. Juho's got to watch both angles now. He turns back around. This boost is going to be perfect. He's not going to know he's there, and he just waits for the push, and there we go. They walk into his scope. 2 kills for him. Martin follows up with another, and now just 2 players remain for Outlaws. They're going to fall to their knees. It's just going to be on Spellin who falls, and now all on ACL. He's got so much to deal with, and just so little chance of pulling it out as well. The flank's already been found from Martin. A team kill will go down. Good stuff there, but at the end of the day, Wizards, they take it, and not only that, they take the reset. So Outlaws back down to $1,400 loss bonus. They've really got no money to play with, and as you can see, only 2 players on 2k or more. So pretty bad here, but they will commit to a force, which is going to be understandable, knowing the double eco will be coming in regardless. At least try and upset Wizards ASAP, and they are going to try and do that. So Rifle on Cirque, and the rest of them just on these Tech 9s and P250s here to go for what I hope is a fast B play.
Yeah, it's going to be rocking to open things up. Going to be peeking out first. Molotov to slow them down. Cadian playing this close angle with the P9. It could be a huge problem. It's going to just be able to spray them down. Here's the has been dubbed as the nerd mower before, and well, it looks like that could be the case. You can see even me up towards uppers, finds the first, Rezex finds the second, but the return does come through for Rezex at least. Katie is still causing huge damage, reigns in one on the back of that nade, switches out to the USP, gonna be running out of ammo, but here we go, looking for that third frag. He's gonna get it, no problem. The hat trick coming on in as Wizards, they take it to a 6-6 scoreline. Although, I mean, you know, I'm not one to ever talk down about weapon buys. The P90 and the auto, you know, this feels like we're kind of watching matchmaking here as opposed to pro CS.
I mean, it's Cadian playing, so are we gonna say he's pro anyway? Kappa?
Ooh.
No, I'm kidding. I love you, really, Cadian. But yeah, I mean, that's the thing. You get into the early stages of this league, and you're going to get a lot of kind of pug matchups. You're going to get a lot of kind of mixed team play, such as Wizards. They are a mixed team. You know, they aren't the full proper team as far as I'm aware. So you are going to get a lot of these, which is fine, obviously. But they will eventually get wheedled out when you get to a later stage in the event, potentially, obviously. But right now, I mean, Outlaws, we're nearing the end of the half. They've only got 6 rounds, but they put up a really good fight. 6 rounds is really what you need for Train. It's not going to be too much of a deficit. Wizards pulling out the double auto sniper. That's what I like to see, Harry. What were you saying about matchmaking again?
Yeah, I mean, And only way this could be more like matchmaking is if, I don't know, they vote kick Martin. One of them rage quits. It's probably gonna be a vac ban or two. Who knows? But we're going to be seeing just a 5 AK buy coming out from Outlaws right now. Of course, they're trying to preserve a little bit of economy for that last round if they can. They want to try and get a bomb plant to enable a buy just in case they do lose. So, you know, we can currently see them stacking up here towards B, and also 2 players over Ivy. So they're spreading their forces out thin, trying to find an early entry frag, and it doesn't look like Wizards going to be giving anything their way, especially as Partodis. Well, it's going to be getting very toasty as he stands in that Molotov down towards Ivy, tagged down to 22 HP. That utility doing so much damage right now. But the side of Wizards already nearly dropping a player out very early on. Not as much as a single shot exchange, saying that Dipon going to find Rocking, and Martin dropping out Cirque. Suddenly this push being completely decimated here. Martin does fall to the Molotov, but that is going to be it. It's a 2 versus 4, and they continue this A aggression against these auto snipers. They're going to be paying the price for it as bullets come raining on through. You can see Spelling going to get tagged down low. As Tank starts to make his way out on towards this site, they still have to deal with Dipon over towards Electric Box.
Yeah, he will be able to at least get that one player down, so a bit of pressure alleviated on the side of Outlaws as he continues his push. The flash working out perfectly, and Cadian gets caught out while blind. Juho trades things out, and so does ResX as well to secure Wizards around at the end of the day, but it was looking very scary at one point. Looked at like Outlaws could have brought it back from that deficit, but regardless, we're going into the last of the half now, and without that bomb plant going down, their money once again is a shambles here. Triple Galil by double Tech 9. This is not great for Outlaws by any means, but obviously Wizards are still up on this double auto sniper. They have all the AKs and M4s as well to play with, and the utility is not going to be limited by a stretch at all. So it's looking very, very likely the Wizards will be picking up this final of the half, and that kind of one-way smoke is going to be of great effect as well. Juho gets himself 2 kills. Trey comes out with a nade, but it's a 4v3 now, and Outlaws fighting a real uphill battle here.
I mean, three kill nils to fight against the might of KD on that auto. Definitely going to be a struggle. You can see that making some progress out towards B as Spellin does find the return onto ResX, but it's still a 2-on-3. They've still got that man advantage for Wizards, and they can afford to slow things down a lot now. With 1 minute and 15 seconds left on the clock, Outlaws in no rush to commit to anything just yet. Are waiting out towards B. You can see Spellin falls back with that bomb, and as Dipon goes aggressive, he's going to be the player to try and deny this. Looking like they want to try and make their way out on towards A. Wouldn't surprise me if we see Tank start to make his way down through Pop Dog. For an eventual split here, but Dipon, he's going to be the real problem, the real linchpin into this round. He just falls on back at the wrong time, and Spellin does actually spot that one out. Now they're going to be a little bit more hesitant.
That timing was so unfortunate. Dipon was just clearing the angle, and then as soon as he swapped, Spellin had a little bit of a peek, so now Outlaws heading in towards A. Dipon, this spot's great for a 1 kill, but now it's going to be left near a 2v1, assuming the trade goes away at the CT side. He gets himself 1. Trade yet to come through. Spellin, what are you doing? That's not how you trade. He walks right into it. Way too late there. Dipon's going to be aware, and Wizards are going to pick up that last round of the half as well, so 9-6. Of course, that was a good half for Outlaws. They definitely have a good chance to come into the second half with a win, especially if they pick up that pistol, but Wizards, at the end of the day, they take the round advantage, which is going to be a positive. Again, neither team is really cut out of this matchup by any means. Wizards, they played the easier side. Obviously, team play is going to come a lot into this T side. You can, again, see this individual performance that you kind of talked about on that T side earlier on, but you do need a bit of team play. You need that teamwork to flash yourself in. You need to be able to, smoke out sites, etc. So Wizards, as long as they come into this T half with something up their sleeve and act a little bit prepared, they should be able to close this one out. But again, will Outlaws get the better of them? Who knows?
I mean, towards the end of that, we did see Wizards looking to be in fairly good form. They picked up, 9 of the last possible 10 rounds. So, that is a very nice stint coming out from them. And as they move into the T side, they should have a nice bit of advantage, being able to rely on these kind of fraggers to make big impact plays out onto the sites. Outlaws, though, they will have the strong team performance and experience to work effectively on the CT side, something that was a little bit absent from Wizards' performance. But there we go. Push going to be underway immediately out towards the A site. 2 players go aggressive in towards Ivy. Flash goes out. Attack going to be fine 1, finds 2, finds 3. They shut it down. Him and Rocky, they combine for that final one on the Juho, and now it's going to be just 2 men remaining for Wizards. ResX and Martin trying to push it on towards A. Partodis here, remaining steadfast and firm, trying to hold this one down. Flash it through the smoke. Is going to be paying the price for it as ResX swiftly decapitates him. Cirque in from Pop Dog, trying to remove Martin from the equation. Does have him pinned, but can't quite land the shots, as they do secure themselves a 2-on-4 and a little bit of ground out towards this A site.
Yeah, but no armor left on this Wizards side. Of course, his USP is going to be aiming for headshots, but still, that's a bit of a deficit you've got to worry about as well on the side of Wizards. So, not going to be looking too pretty for them for the time being, especially with the position of the bomb being so easily held by the CTs, and this flank has already come out through the B main area as well. So they are not looking good, and Cirky's going to be holding the angle to at least tap away Rezex. He knows where he is now. He's not going to take the full fight, instead playing over towards that Ivy angle, but he will go down. His teammate will follow, and Rocking, he's going to find that final kill there. So Outlaws, 7 rounds on the board. That's going to be a nice pistol, and as I said, pick up the pistol, there's always a potential for them to come back into the game. Without this bomb plant from Wizards, we're looking at a likely 9-9 being secured after these 2 anti-ecos, assuming Wizards doesn't get something pretty phenomenal. So expecting a 9-9 at this point, yeah, it's looking very, very likely. And on that CT side, it's going to be made a lot easier. So Outlaws, now, I definitely don't count them out by any means.
Yeah, like you said, I mean, they're probably going to pick up this round. We're going to be seeing Rezex first to fall, an early man advantage seized here for the side of Outlaws, and they still have yet to try and have any refragging potential into this round. Their current setup is very reminiscent of an A play here. 2 players over towards Ivy, 1 over in at T main, and then they also have Dip on just ready and waiting to make his way out through Pop. So it is going to be a 3-pronged attack, but with Cirque falling on back, taking that CT spawn very, very passively to watch the angle over Ivy, is going to hand all control over towards the Wizards here. And they are going to be looking to exploit that. Juho and Martin, the players to make their way out through Ivy, are going to be a real problem.
We do have one player set up here, that's ACL. He's ready and waiting with that Famas, and they may just walk into this. Juho, rounding the corner, gets into CT safely, but the information going to be passed over to the teammates on the Outlaw side. They now got to watch over towards that position, and Cirque will be doing exactly that. Juho, he still managed to push us up in the meantime, but he will eventually get eliminated there. It's all going to be on Martin towards Ivy, while the rest of the players split themselves into B. He should hurry up with his push to at least keep these CTs on the site, meaning this B play can come down, but he just pushes a little bit too late here. Cadian is going to be the first of all, and I don't understand what the setup is from Wizards. They're trying to use Martin as a distraction, but when you have 3 players, that's not going to work. He eventually is going to push out, though. ACL is going to be one to fall, but they're going to just run over him, and Rocking finish it off. Now, the issue is with that setup from Wizards is they have 3 players, right? 1 towards Ivy. They have the bomb outside of B with the second player, and the third player on B upper. So they're trying to get this bomb down the B side. That is the aim of that round. So Martin, for some reason, was playing the late play on Ivy. So they were meant to push out onto B and Martin to come in from the flank. That's never going to work. What Martin needs to do is go out onto the A side, get killed, and then let his teammates do the work while the rotation comes back into A, expecting this late round A push. But no bomb plant going to be secured from Wizards, and again, an eco coming out before their first buy round of this half, as we see them just charge into B. This is how you get a bomb plant, though. At least this is going to be the safe play. Partolis does spray down a couple, but there will be a bit of a revenge there from Juho, and there we go, bomb down. That's the round succeeded for Wizards. That's all they really want out of this one, considering they didn't invest anything.
Yeah, nice attempt from Partolis to hold the side down as he does mop up 2 of those frags, but ultimately bomb going to be going down, and on a Glock buy as well, a very low investment coming out from Wizards into that one, and it will allow a strong buy up into this one. The AWP on Cadium with armor and utility going to be supported, as well as everyone else having a full utility belt, and everything they're going to be needing. On the side of Outlaws, you can see Partolis still relegated down to that Famas. A couple of Famases in play at that, and Cirque on the scout.
Yeah, the Peacemaker there, the headshot machine, that scout, and at least it's going to be a very important round in terms of resetting the economy of the other teams. Both teams kind of on a low buy. Outlaws has a little bit, or a low economy. Outlaws has a little bit more, but it's not fully built up yet to the extent that they can double buy after losing. So one more buy coming out from this if Outlaws do lose a round. It's all going to depend on kills though, etc. And you know how many weapons they save as well. But Rocking, he's going to kick things off to a nice start. That's Juho, the first to fall, and Outlaws now man advantage going into this one. So a 5v4 on their hands.
Yeah, Wizards looking to be very displaced and spread out. No trade capabilities coming in just yet. And as Dipan looks to try and make some progress out towards Pop Dog, it's going to be struggling because he's got no one there to back him up. We don't have that A main player to have the crossfire set up. It's not even going to be clear. They have no information as to what's going on over towards there. And Ivy, well, the guys finally making their way on out. That smoke isn't going to hit properly. There is a very small gap in it where you can see movement through, and you're going to be seeing Atatank looking to try and capitalize on that. Rocking does have the crossfire set up with this player, and as they look to push on through, this could be to their demise. As you can see, Martin playing it very, very close to the smoke for the time being. The crossfire here going to be huge. Flash goes out, and Rocking goes for the peak. He's going to be able to find that first frag. No trade coming through just yet, and flank should be covered. As a result, Cadian just has to fall on back. Going to get tagged down low a little bit on the retreat, but it's Rezex and Dipon to make some progress out towards A. They're finding damage, but can't quite find any frags. Saying that, Rezex finally drops out Rocking, playing up there on top of the train. Gonna be able to find a second as well on the peak onto Bomb Train. Cirque falls, Cadian in from behind with the AWP, trying to reinforce his teammate. It's a 2 versus 3 as they storm on towards the A site. And they're not going to be getting shut down just yet. Rezex to find 2, and now it's all on Partodis. 1 versus 2 turns it to the 1-on-1, but Rezex has to ace for the win.
Bombs down in the meantime, though, and that's going to mean he has a bit of a control, but Rezex is wrapping around the back of the site. The ace comes in as well, and Wizards, they pick up the 10-9. That's just incredible, the fact that he managed to get away with that one. Partodis, I like what he had to play, at least, hearing the bomb go down, knowing that now it was 1v1 for a short amount of time while that second player couldn't trade because he had the bomb in his hands. So he goes for the fast peak, takes out the player towards electrical, but he's not able to secure the double kill to get him the round. Wizards now going to take the advantage here, but Outlaws still able to buy up a fair bit here. They're going to have the rifles out, and already a fast push into the A site getting thwarted. That's Spellon to drop dip on, but... oh, there we go, Juho. That's the kill through the smoke. Spellon got a fool. So a 4v4, at least the pressure has been slightly somewhat removed.
Yeah, Tango going to find one on Acadian as well. It's the man advantage still up for Outlaws for the time being. Wizards unable to refrag? Oh, refrag just yet. Don't know what just happened there. But it is going to be the case right now. Once again, they find themselves very spread out. The kind of diamond in the rough is Rezex, who's been able to push up past Tank, who doesn't know he's there, and that's going to be the frag capitalized on as a result of that positioning. Now they're having to rotate in towards A. And while Martin, he has to check Pop Dog. Rocket's play over here towards the right. He's going to peek out. He gets spotted, and this should be the frag going away. Martin, because he does miss those first key shots. He does good damage, but can't quite find the frag. They are making their way on towards A. Rocking out from Pop finds one. The nade from Rezex going to be proving too strong, but they ultimately shut down Martin as it goes 10-10. Outlaws, they equalize it back out once again. And that's going to be the full economic reset coming in for Wizards.
Yeah, at least coming back on with their buy round is going to be very, very effective in forcing Wizards down to this force buy now. Now they have only pistols and some armor to support. I'm expecting maybe a bit of a fast speed player or some smokes outside. That would make the most sense. And yeah, they are going to go for those smokes outside. So this is at least the best thing you can kind of do in this situation. There's not a lot of hope either way because you are up against these rifles and the AWP on Cirque, but still, they are going to try and commit to it. We have Dipon to drop down Pop Dog, the rest of them coming in through A main, and already a bit of a spot from the CT side as he's going to get tagged up. Spellon backing off very heavily there, catching one on the rotation as well as Martin will fall, and now Outlaws man advantage, but it shouldn't be too hard to convert this into a win for them. Although that being said, Rezex, he finds himself an entry, equalises the situation and back into a 4-on-4, but the bomb is yet to go down and these smokes, they're quickly dissipating.
Yeah, well, it's all going to be on Cadia now. 1 versus 3. It's Cirque on site where the AWP does miss that first shot, but looking to try and capitalize on that leg shot. He's able to land KD and mid tag to 22 HP. Not going to be a very good situation here. Does have an M4 to play around with, but as Spellon goes for the peak, it should be an easy frag. Takes his head clean off and secures the lead for Outlaws as they go 11-10. Currently fielding a very strong CT side. They keep 3 players alive, going to help bolster the economy that much more. And Wizards, they're going to have to take another one on the chin here. Eco down, and it could very well go to a 12-10 scoreline in favor of Outlaws.
Yeah, that's looking more than likely. I don't think that would be a hard one to estimate, especially with only 2 P250s invested on the side of Wizard. So, again, bit of a B play trying to get this bomb down, but Partodis, great angle from him, sprays down 3-4! That's massive! His teammate mops up the last, and Outlaws only anti-eco kills, but he doesn't even go down there to the amount of P250s and pistols running straight into his face. Impressive stuff nonetheless, and a 12-10 as you assumed, Harry, it's going to be coming into place. Now Wizards back on their buy, AWP on the hand of Rezex, but no armor to support.
Keeping all 5 players alive is just money in the bank for Outlaws here. It's going to be looking very, very strong in terms of their economy. You can see they're trying to make some progress out towards A, but as Rezex does miss the shot with the AWP, it's going to be a bit of a struggle. That was their one opportunity to try and capitalize onto an early frag, and it's not going to be coming through. Martin now, the player tasked really with trying to open this one up, is playing over towards Ivy. That smoke going to push him back. Rezex tagged down very low early on to 1 HP. A mere singular blow away from death as he tries to hold on to whatever life he can muster, trying to make something happen out towards A. The rest of his team now rotating out towards B, looking like this could be the call as the flash goes through. Dipon going to be looking for the peak. Is he going to suspect Acti-Tank playing over there in towards the corner? It's the real question. You can see they're looking very undecided as to where they're going to be heading, and as Cirque finds Juho out towards A main, The man advantage goes the way of Outlaws, and no trade frag comes through.
No, that's such an important peek out of that pixel gap as well, and Wizards just unable to get right back into this. Now we can see Outlaw starting to play passive. Cirque's not taking the fighter towards Ivy anymore. Sorry, about main anymore. He's instead just posted up on the default site, holding the cross between the two trains. So just playing things safe, and that's the best way to do it as well. Not allowing yourself to be refragged instantly is a really key thing to do after getting yourself a pick, especially when there's 30 seconds left. Wizards now forced to get this bomb down. They have to run in towards A, but there's so much pressure on them. Dip on, he does get himself an entry, but Rocky in the meantime follows up. It's Dip on to get 2, and the bomb still yet to go down. 27 seconds left on the clock, and a 3v3 in play here. Rezex, he's also 1 HP. This is going to look very difficult, but Dipon makes it easy. 3 kills so far. He's going in for more. Cirque turns around, and Dipon gets fed a 4th. Now it's all going to be on ACL, rotating in through Pop Dog with Dipon. Caught with his pants down. It doesn't matter. Wizards, they pick up the round. He's going to have 60 HP there, but he takes the ace at the end of the day nonetheless. So Wizards keeping themselves alive.
Yeah, they do maintain this, but they will have enough to be buying up. Wizards, once again, they're not going to be looking too great. I mean, they only keep those 2 players alive. You can see Juho relegated down to the Deagle. They have a Galil up on Martin, so the buy from Outlaws is still going to be the stronger buy here as they charge over towards B very early on. All 5 players here for the side of Wizards, and it's only Partotis to hold down the B site. Now they rotate in Cirque on the back of that AWP, and he of course can shut down these longer angles. AWP on towards B is one that's very hard to contend with. They are going to be relying heavily on Cadian to try and open this up. And well, he does miss that first shot. Partotis able to find one, but the trade comes through from Mine, putting it to the 4-on-4. Bomb going down, and sadly Cirque unable to hold down the site, has to fall on back. Spielin does find Cadian, and it's going to be a little bit of an advantage here as ACL comes through as well, railing some shots into Juho. The bomb doesn't go down as actually Martin tries to take the Angel. Not sure why he did that, as now it all falls on a Dip on, and no bomb down either. He finds himself 1 versus 4.
Yeah, at least gets himself 1. He had a bit of a phenomenal previous round, but can he repeat this process? We have a bit of aggression over towards B lower, but Rocky's just going to back off after grabbing himself a bit of information from those footsteps. Backs off, takes the kill regardless. Outlaws, they pick up a 13th, and right back on the reset, as we can see again, Wizards are not able to string together any T-side rounds, and that's going to be pretty detrimental to their economy here. So their money is now going to be down to the $1,400 loss bonus. We are not expecting them to pick up this map, I don't think, Harry, after this kind of shambles that you can see so late in the match. Outlaws only 2 off of this match point.
Yeah, no, they are getting dangerously close, especially seeing as Wizards now are going to be relegated down on these pistols. It does put them in a very, very bad situation, just trying to scrape at the bottom of the barrel to try and find some sort of, strategy here. They do seem to be struggling, at least trying to cope with what Outlaws are doing, and it does just seem like in these Angels, Outlaws are coming out ahead. We can see they stack everyone over towards Pop. They're looking to now try and retreat on back. The utility usage just so pinnacly strong right now from the side of Outlaws, denying all of these plays. And well, with a minute and 15 seconds left, time, they've got plenty of it. Too bad they don't have much of anything else.
No, not hope. Maybe tilt. They probably have a lot of tilt. But at the end of the day, it is going to be Rezex already pushed down ramp here. Maybe trying to force rotation with this position, but he's playing in very late players. The rest of the T start to push out onto the A site. It's going to be quickly dispersed of as Outlaws. They just completely wipe the slate clean there. 14 rounds in just a quick seconds. ACL makes it out with 1 HP as well in the round. It's going to go to them. So Wizards going for their buy, but if they don't win this round, it's going to be 16-11. There's nothing they can do. Their loss bonus won't have accumulated large enough for them to go for another full buy. And again, this buy isn't even really good enough to pick up this round. So I'm expecting a 16-11, but again, Wizards, they could pull out something phenomenal. The bomb over towards A main. We have a bit of IV control coming out of their hands as well. And they're setting up for what looks like a bit of a late A take as well. Juho either hitting a late B for a catch through the connector or just dropping into Pop Dog. He will, but he'll go down in the meantime. Rezex, the only one to get any entrying on the Wizard side. He misses a smoke as well. Not exactly prime performance there. And here we go. Outlaws, 1 by 1. They start to knock down the remaining T-side players.
He put it into a 2-on-3, but as Cadian looks to push out towards A, he does try and run over with his teammate Rocky. Going to be denying that one. It all falls on a Rezex. 1 versus 3. And he's fallen on back, slowly but surely pushing over towards T-spawn. Has to try and make his way back out to this bomb, which is going to be dropped over towards the A site. You can see Rocking just playing literally on top of the bomb. It's going to be a challenge as the crossfires are set up for the time being for Outlaws. They don't know where the last Wizards player is, though. Just looking to take this one nice and slowly. They have got this site fully locked down as he pushes out to Remain. He's not going to anticipate Spell, and who gets the information, spots him out, and now they all know his whereabouts, just chiming on in to where that bomb is. And Rezex, whilst he does find one, going to be tagged down low. Partotis to find it. That trade, it's going to go 11 to 15 as Outlaws, they arrive at match point.
Yeah, I feel like this is what we really expected after seeing the last couple of rounds from Wizards. Their T side looking a lot weaker. We said that, yeah, they got 9 rounds. The CT side looked okay, but they were kind of just playing very individually. And when you go to the T side, which requires a lot of teamwork, requires those setups, so trading, you know, the smoke takes is something that they're really lacking here, and that seems to be coming into fruition as they pretty much last round force things up here with a couple of rifles, a UMP, and a couple of pistols as well. So Outlaws looking good into this round, but again, it's all over till the fat lady sings, and while we can hear her murmuring in the background, she's not quite fully said anything just yet.
Especially not seeing as Juho does find rocking early on. The man advantage should be going the way of Wizards. That fat lady quickly going to be snuffing her hand over her mouth to be, you know, I can't think of what the word would be for being quiet. To be silenced. There we go.
That's a good one.
It is gonna be a 3-on-3 now for the time being. Outlaws, they've got a significant weaponry advantage, but the man advantage going to be equalized on out. Circle with the AWP, trying to lock down A main. Everyone else for the side of Wizards looking like they want to be trying to make their way out on towards A. You have got ACL playing Ivy, and he's pushed up aggressively. He can back his team up, but Cirque doesn't need the help. Going to find 2 frags. And no trade coming through just yet. Acadian trying to sneak on out. Cirque goes for the peak, and that's going to be it. 3 frags at the end. Never mind that fat lady. She's going for it. Singing louder and prouder than ever. Cirque, they cement the 16th round as they take it. They win this map. Wizards, they only pick up 11 rounds, and they really struggle on that T side.
Yeah, really not the kind of performance we expected as well from a lot of impressive individual players. Obviously, Katie and Juho, Rezex, all players with good experience playing at this kind of level. And you know, individually they're all very good, but obviously the team play just not coming into fruition. They do eventually falter, and that will be the first map secured, and actually, well, the only map, because this is a best of 1. That's going to be Wizards knocked out of the event as well. So that's very scary stuff. But Outlaws, obviously rightfully so, are going to be heading forward to the next bracket, in which